All right, it's been a couple of days since I last checked in, and this is what it's going to look like until it starts growing. We've got the daisies and the veronica, and then these little summer snow, whatever that's called. Let me just fill this in. I typically dump this mulch and then just come back with my hand and delicately move it around the plants so I don't kill anything. At least try not to kill anything or bury anything. All right, so the next area in this bed is going to be to remove this walkway, add a third row of bricks, and then remove most of this and see what I want to keep, which is going to be not much. I want this to be mostly perennials with lots of space between that can get nice and big. I'm going to do the same thing over here, remove a lot of this stuff, give everything lots of space, and only keep things that I really, really like. So here's the progress on this area under the bay window. Oh my gosh, I'm stepping on things that I've just thrown in the yard. So my plan is to take this walkway 3 bricks across, and I did have not too bad, but some weeds growing underneath the brick. So I'm going to go ahead and lay some cardboard down. I think it's not a long-term solution, but I think it'll give it time to settle before the weeds start growing in. And I really don't mind going through and picking weeds every once in a while in between those bricks. And these bricks are really cool and super heavy. They're like almost 4 inches square. Oh, super heavy. I think I hurt my elbow yesterday picking them up and tossing them into the yard. But the problem is I don't have enough to do the 3 bricks across right here. I'm going to have to find these in other places around the yard. So lay cardboard and then lay bricks. Hey, Boomer. All right, that was easy since Donnie and my friend Mark got a whole bunch of cardboard ready and just piled up for me. That took about 2 minutes. So now I've got to see how far the bricks that I have will take me and then go find some more. Okay, so that's not bad. I got about 2/3 of the way, which makes sense since I'm going from a 2 brick to a 3 brick wide pathway. And then you can see these are not closely fitted together, and that's on purpose. I want this to look homemade, and it will fill in eventually. But as I was going, along the arch here, you have to leave a little bit more room on this side than this side, and the same here. So this final inside arch is going to have not quite as many bricks as these other 2. But I guess it's time for me to go on a brick hunt. These bricks were in the ground all around our property when we moved here, and we've slowly been uncovering them and finding new ways to use them because they've not been on display the way that they should be, because these are really cool bricks, possibly handmade. They're not any 2 of them alike exactly, and I really love how they look. I'm going to load these into the gorilla cart so I can easily pull them around. Really, these bricks are too heavy for me to even hold one in each hand, and this cart is amazing. Donnie's dad got me this super thoughtful present on his first trip here from Texas, and we use it all the time. I stacked here for a later purpose. We've just been trying to keep the critters like Doug the groundhog out from under our porch. Eventually we'll have to put some critter wire up the same way we did in the front. And since I'm stealing these bricks, we may get somebody living here faster than we want. All right, here's a good stash. This is on the north side of our house in our backyard where I've been throwing extra plants that I don't know what to do with back here. And that's when I noticed there were a few of these bricks along this fence, so I'll grab those. Get a little stash going now. All right, this is just a few feet from where we were just now. And I've been moving bricks from around this little planting area here. I'm removing all of that. I don't need that. And I've just been throwing them in the grass. And so you can see Donnie hasn't been able to mow here because of this, but what I'm doing is along this whole fence, moving all of the raspberries. Looks like most of them are gonna make it. That one does not look good, but that's just what happens when you transplant things sometimes. And I didn't trim these, but this isn't about raspberries, it's about bricks. And I do have a few bricks laying here ready to get. Okay, that's the last one that I've already dug up over here. There are definitely a few more over there, but this looks like we're gonna get pretty close. So I'm gonna stop and go lay these out. But then look over here. We've got some not being used here. These ones are being used, although we'll probably take those out at some point and put them where we actually want them. And then I found some over here. This is just on the back side of our garage, next to where we keep the kayaks. And here they are right here. So it looks like I've got plenty to do the walkway that I'm working on now, and then possibly extend it as I extend that bed in the future. Yay. That was heavier than I have any business pulling. I can barely budge that thing. But here we go on the porch, and then look, I found 3 more hiding behind this column right here. I think we're good. So you guys, we had enough, not only to fill to where I had planned, which was about there, but we got at least another foot past that. This is wonderful. The 3 brick wide pathway gives me the opportunity to let some of these plants, like these ones over here that are ground cover, and maybe I'll put some thyme over here, let those kind of crowd in on the walkway a little bit and still have a really nice walking path from the porch to the lawn, which leads to the front. So that's why I decided to extend that. And also, so much of what is planted here is not something that I planted. It's either something that has taken over like a weed, or that someone else planted, and it's just not my taste. So I'm really trying this year to get as much switched over to something that I like as possible. Here we have a beautiful wisteria, and that's the only thing that for sure is staying at least until this line right here. So all of this is going out, and then I get to plan this planting area after that. And here's a look at the progress. You can see before and after. Awesome. I love that we've kind of cleared the space to the bay window and then that beautiful pathway. I just love those bricks. What a gift that we were able to find those on the property.